Hello and welcome back to another channel update video. This one is for the month of February 2013. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about the Tales of Lumin channel. I'm going to be telling you what you can expect over the next month or so. I'm going to discuss what's been happening over the past month or so and everything else related to that. I've got a list of things that I need to cover here today. I said before that I was going to cover like every single series in the February update video, but I changed my mind. I'm going to be covering everything that's kind of relevant right now, and then talk about a few things that I want to do over the next month or so, and with Dishonored done, things like what's going to be taking its place, and all that. Now, we started with Newsmen, and it's going great. I love everything about the Newsmen series. It's exactly what I wanted from it right now. I can sort of do it whenever I feel there's something worth talking about. I can include a whole bunch of news in there for everyone that wants to read a whole bunch of news, and that's it. I like it. Then, Adventure-worthy. Now, I haven't been releasing very many Adventure-worthy episodes. I haven't actually released one for the past 2 weeks or so, and that's one thing I don't like. I like what I've done with the show. It's a really amazing idea. I think it's going to be one of my best series once I get it up and running properly. And I'm just thinking of, right now at least, a few ways to streamline it a bit and help me get the episodes out a little bit faster. So to do that, I'm going to be structuring it a little bit more. I might reduce the length of the first little part where I sit in front of the camera and talk to you about the game. So it's probably going to be like a minute long at most. I'll just quickly introduce the game, tell you what I know about it, and then start playing. So it's going to be a little bit shorter, but it'll still serve its purpose. And then that allows me to jump into the game quicker, and obviously there'll be less editing involved. But the big changes might come to the post-gameplay impressions. So the last bit where I actually talk about my time in the game. And I think it's really important to have that in there. I don't want to cut that out. It's important to have that in there, but to make it easier for me, I might actually just have a few set things that I look at or talk about from every single game. So, sort of like a review, but not really. It still remains first impressions if it's the first impression type episode. I'll talk about the other types in just a second. So I might talk about things like the gameplay, the story, the characters, because I feel gameplay, story, and characters, they are three vastly different things. The visuals, the sound, something like that. I don't know, you guys can give me suggestions on what you think needs to be spoken about, and then at the end, just all the extras thrown together, plus my conclusion, just from what I've seen of the game. So I basically just want to structure it a bit more to be able to streamline it a bit more, because what sometimes takes me a bit of time is trying to collect all my thoughts about the game, and I spend like, I don't know, a good hour or two trying to just write down everything. I think to myself, well, I saw this and I saw that and I really like this, but I didn't like that so much. And I suppose I could just sit down in front of the camera and keep it rolling, have it go vlog style without any jump cuts or anything like that. That's another possibility. Then things will definitely be easier for me. I'll get the episodes out faster, but then I feel it would lose a bit of the professionalism that it has right now. And that would, I don't know if that would ruin it, but that would kind of take it down a notch. But then again, that could make it more authentic. So please, don't hesitate to let me know what you think about those ideas and about the Adventure-worthy series in general. Now, I've got a note here that's called Adventure-worthy Light, which is something a little bit different. I spoke recently in a Q&A about things like anime that I really should watch. I had a whole long list of it. Movies, sort of anime-related movies, normal movies, games that I really should play, maybe off-camera, not do playthroughs about, and I'm thinking of doing sort of like an Adventure-worthy Light where I don't feature any, say if it's for a game, I won't feature any gameplay from that game. I might show some snippets here and there, whatever, but it wouldn't be of me playing, or it could be if I happen to record some, but I'll just sit down and tell you what I thought about it. So I am, for instance, playing through Max Payne right now, Max Payne 3, so I'll give you an example. I could sit here and talk about what I thought about the game, how much I enjoyed it, if I actually enjoyed it or not, and then just sort of summarize everything I feel about it in, say, 10 minutes. I don't know. It depends on how long I end up talking about it. I say 10 minutes now, but it may be much longer when it actually comes time to talk. Another example would be that I recently got my hands on Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, I think. I always get caught up by that of the. But I watched the first 10 minutes of the movie and I was instantly hooked. I decided that myself and Helene are going to be watching that sometime really soon, and then I might just put up an impressions video. Tell you what I think about it. Maybe I'll include Helene in the video. I don't know. But we're going to be watching it, and I can already tell you right the heck now that I'm going to have a lot to say about it. I didn't know there were such good voice actors in there. Patrick Stewart, Uma Thurman, Shia LaBeouf. He's not a very good one, but he's in there. He must have been like, what, 5 when he voice acted whoever he voice acted in there? I don't know, but he's in there. I don't know how old the movie is. It looks kind of old. Anyway, going off on a tangent here. I don't want to do that. But I may be doing slightly shorter episodes where I talk about things that I either watch, listen to, or play, but I won't be doing like a full gameplay recording of it or whatever. I won't be showing you the entire movie because that's just ridiculous. I'll just talk about it. I'm thinking of doing that sometime soon, and I think it could be fun. Because more often than not, I talk about something, or I mention something in my Q&As. I'm like, well, I watched this and this movie recently. One really good example would be something like Cloud Atlas. Jeez. That movie. I have so much to say about it, but none of it really makes any sense. But it does. Or does it? That movie was so intense. I'm sure there are people out there that understand everything, but I'm not one of them. I'm not. Although I must say, when I got to the end of the movie, there was like a little light bulb that just went on in my head, and it all sort of just came together. And I was like, oh, I see it now. I see the point they were trying to get across in this movie. It all makes sense in the last couple of seconds of it. So, I do have a lot to talk about when it comes to things that I watch or play or even listen to. Done. Dishonored. Wow. What an amazing game. I will tell you right now that that was worth every cent that I paid for it and every second I spent playing it. I would do it all again if I could just wipe my mind clean. Play it all in high chaos mode or something like that. But I will tell you right now that I loved that series. I loved that game. I am sad that it ended, but at the same time I'm really glad because it will open up a slot on my channel. I'm not going to fill the slot immediately. Definitely not. But it is giving me a bit more free time. And with that free time, moving on to the next, XCOM. With that free time, I'll be able to have, let's say, one XCOM video up on one day, then Skyrim, then XCOM, then Skyrim, then XCOM, and I should be able to keep this going consistently, so the people watching those, for now at least, will be getting a healthy dose of new episodes. I'm happy with that. Now, with the XCOM series, you may have realized, because I may well have already uploaded the video. If I haven't, there's a spoiler incoming. This is the spoiler finger that I figured out about. I learned this on the TGS podcast, but here's the spoiler finger. When it goes down, you can start listening again. But here we go. I failed. Game over. It's done. And if you can read lips, then I guess the spoiler finger is totally pointless. But the XCOM series ended, and it will be rebirthed soon. I'm going to be carrying on with a new playthrough. I'm thinking of going for Iron Man again, definitely. Probably classic difficulty as well, and a whole bunch of new stuff with the new second wave DLC. We'll see. but it's definitely carrying on. I'm so invested, emotionally invested in the list and the names they're on, and the game itself is just a good bunch of fun. I'd like to see how I do with all the knowledge I gleaned from the first playthrough. So that's it. XCOM will stay on the channel, for now at least. I think in the next channel update video we'll talk about it again, see how it's going, see how far we are, see what's happening with it. It's gone! Okay, now. Q&A, no, Skyrim first. Skyrim's still going. I want to get through Dawnguard, Dragonborn. I want to spend a bit more time with the Hearthfire content. I like it. Nothing to say about Skyrim. It's not going anywhere just yet. Q&A, vlogs, real life videos, and much more still coming up over the next couple of weeks. I've got a really fun video that I'm going to be uploading of our struggles to catch the mouse that lives in our house. It's amazing. It'll blow your mind how smart this little rodent is. We've not caught him yet. He's out there. Terrorizing the cupboards. Terrorizing the counters. And he'd probably he'd like to terrorize the fridge, but we're not going to give him that opportunity. That video is going to come up soon. I've got some more Orin and Nero videos that I want to get up. Stuff like that. Q&As, nothing to say about them. I love the Q&A. I know you guys love the Q&A. I'm still trying to keep them as long as possible, and they're definitely not going anywhere. Now, here's the interesting stuff. This is the part where I'm going to talk about upcoming playthroughs, possibilities for upcoming playthroughs, and things that I'm definitely not covering. Now, speaking about definitely not, Crisis 3, there's no way I'll be able to do anything with that, because that doesn't run on my PC. I set it down to like the lowest, and it's like, nah, no way, that ain't gonna happen. And besides that, I'm not a huge Crisis fan. Far Cry would have been a different story. Had things been different when Far Cry 3 launched, I might have done a playthrough of it, but Crisis 3 is definitely not happening. I am planning to upgrade my PC at some point. I'm still trying to save for it, so when I can afford it, maybe I'll upgrade my PC. I'm still running, right now, for those interested, a first generation i7. It's an 860, and I've got a GTX 465, so that's a couple of generations below what it should be at. I do have 8 gigs of RAM, which is okay. It's 1600 RAM, 1600 megahertz or whatever. Got a decent hard drive. There's nothing wrong with my PC. It's playing most of what I wanted to play, and that's okay. Then, I swear I put some Guild Wars 2... Oh, there it is. Okay, it's still coming up. I'm also having problems with my Guild Wars 2 performance, but we'll talk about that when it comes up. Next, Tomb Raider is coming out within the next 2 weeks or so. I like the look of the new Tomb Raider. It's coming to PC. That's great and all, but the chances are I won't be doing a full Let's Play of that because, firstly, I don't know how long the game is. Secondly, I don't know how well it would work. I don't know if it's Let's Play material. And, well, I don't own the game at the moment. It's kind of expensive. It's a full-priced AAA title. So, when it comes to full-priced AAA titles, the chances are I will, here goes my nice little segue into the next one, instead play BioShock Infinite. I've pre-ordered BioShock Infinite, and yes. All the yes in the world. That game is so happening on my channel. I can't wait for it. I've hyped myself up to such a point where it's unbearable at the moment. Unbearable. Now, with the help of my mommy dearest, I am getting myself an Ultimate Songbird Edition. Now that is expensive. I don't know. It's like my Christmas and birthday money from last year, and then a little bit chipped in from some other people, and I managed to scrape enough together for that, and I can't wait. Okay, I can't wait to unbox that big thing, because hey, I'm unboxing that thing. There's no way I leave a beautiful figurine like that inside its box. No. I'll open the box, take it out, have a look at it, probably put it back in the box so it doesn't collect dust, and then wait till I have a sufficient locale to display it alongside Ritlock Brimstone, who's standing over there right now. You can't see him, he's off camera. A little bit shy. But that songbird will look amazing right next to Ritlock, because they're both terrifying beasts. So BioShock Infinite, straight up, it's happening, and I can't wait. Then, Another game I'm seriously considering doing, it's a big possibility, Heart of the Swarm. Single player campaign of Heart of the Swarm. I feel that Heart of the Swarm and StarCraft in general, more so Heart of the Swarm than Wings of Liberty, but I feel that Heart of the Swarm has enough variation in its campaign because you got these choices at certain points. You can evolve your Zerg Swarm in different ways, and you've got all this variation that will make one playthrough different from another, and it still ends up being a pretty short story. If I remember correctly, the Wings of Liberty campaign wasn't that long, and it might end up being something like, hey, 1 episode per mission. I don't know how many missions there'd be, but something like that. Maybe I'll split 1 or 2 of the missions in 2 if they get to be too long, but you know what I'm saying. It could be like a short, action-packed and pretty fun Let's Play. Plus, it's a Blizzard game. It's a lot of fun. I'm sure it's StarCraft. And it's a strategy game, which I haven't been playing that much of recently. A proper real-time strategy. Not like XCOM. Something else. Then, next up on the list, Guild Wars 2. I've got a lot of planned content for Guild Wars 2. But I'm still kind of unsure about what I can and can't do. And to what extent I'm going to be doing it. Because, as I said, I can record right now, but the sad thing is that when I look at other people's Guild Wars 2 videos, I always get so jealous because they can run at nice 1080p, decent graphics, stuff like that, and I'm running on like 720p with slightly lower graphics, and it doesn't look that great. I feel that if the UI wasn't as clunky and ugly as it is right now, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to the UI, then it would be acceptable to play at 720p, but I really want to be able to play at 1080p because there's more room on the screen. I can actually put all the little UI elements where I want them to be. I can actually read the text while I'm playing. I don't know. So I'm going to be doing a lot of Guild Wars videos regardless over the next little while because I love it. I've been playing so much recently, and well, compared to what I've been playing, how much I've been playing over the past couple of months, and I'm enjoying it immensely. My new thief is doing really well. She's around level 50 now, Juniper Lee. If you haven't seen her or heard of her, I'll perhaps put some of her on the screen right now so that you can oogle at her beauty, marvel at her splendor, all that good stuff. She's amazing. Just putting that out there. She sort of reinvigorated me. I'm loving the game. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch... Get out of here. There we go. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of different stuff with her. Maybe some stuff when I'm leveling with Helene, because I'm still leveling with her. And I did mention I was going to do a video series, or perhaps do a video series wherein I go for a legendary, where I'll put like this big flowchart type thing at the start of every video. So I'll have a little music playing and I'll scroll around it, pan around this big flowchart of all the things that I need, because I know how much a legendary needs. I realize it's a massive undertaking, but that just means you'll get many more Guild Wars videos from me. I'm committing myself to this, and I think a lot of you know that when I start a series, I don't end it till it's done. But I won't be doing that really soon, because firstly, I don't really like the legendaries in the game right now. I don't want Incinerator, the legendary dagger, because it's ugly. It's disgusting. I don't like things that have to do with fire. So I'm hoping that they add new legendaries soon that I can perhaps set my sights on. I do not want myself a unicorn shortbow either. No. That's not going to happen. So maybe they add new legendaries, and when they do that, I'll consider starting the series up. It's just an idea that I sort of threw out there in my Juniper Lee introduction video. It's not set in stone. But I do think that if I had to do it, I would do something absolutely amazing with it, and I can guarantee that a lot of you would enjoy it. So there will be more Guild Wars, more World vs. World events coming up soon for the Guild. When the Guild missions get added, we're obviously going to do that. There's going to be other Guild events coming up as well within the next month or so. Definitely going to start doing more stuff like that, more jumping puzzles, the lot of it. Next. That's actually all for the upcoming playthroughs and stuff, but I will be bringing the Lumail box back this week. This week it'll be back. that's it. We're thinking of doing, because of the demand for it, a cooking show, which is... It's going to be a little bit weird because I am not very good at cooking, but we're going to be showing off recipes, by we I mean myself and Helene, that are sort of our own. Things that we've come up with that you may not have seen or heard of before, and we've got a whole bunch of really fun stuff that we'd like to share. So we're going to be doing that sometime soon. I'm not sure exactly when. I want to get it started. The chances are it'll just be me recording with my iPhone, so it's not going to be super... Look at that, pristine condition. It's not going to be... I'm proud of my iPhone looking as good as it does. It's not going to be super high definition, professional stuff. It's just going to be fun. And you may learn to make something new. That's it. Next. I told Helene I was going to talk about this. I want to maybe get Helene involved in my videos more in some way. I spoke about this in the Q&A like 2 weeks ago, and I'm serious about it now. She's kind of serious about it too. She is interested in it, and we're going to try get some way to get her involved. I don't have a really good mic for her to use. I must say that since I started using my new mic, the Samsung CO1U or whatever it's called, my voice has sounded a lot better. These headset mics, they're not great. Okay, they make you sound like someone totally different. This is my voice. You're listening to my real voice now. When I speak through this, you're not listening to my real voice. No, it's some screechy little mess. That's not what I sound like. And the sad thing is, the same will be said, or could be said for her when she uses her headset mic. So when we start out now, she might be sitting here next to me, and we will do things that we can do together with both of us in front of the same mic. So an example could be something like Walking Dead. I'm still looking to start my Walking Dead playthrough up sometime soon, or at least get it done sometime soon, and she could do something like that with me. She may not be talking a lot in it. Maybe we'll just have her here for her reactions at first. Baby steps. Baby steps. Who knows? Maybe her debut will be in the cooking shows. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not entirely sure how she feels about it completely just yet. We're not sure how we're going to do it just yet, but it will happen at some point, and I can't wait. Then, one of the last things that I'm going to talk about, the website is actually nearly done, which is amazing. She's been helping me out a ton with that. She's really cool. Best girlfriend ever, or best fiance ever, as some of you, or most of you probably know. She's been adding all the content that needs to be put on there. She's going to be finalizing some stuff this week, and I assume it'll be up before the end of the month. I don't know. We're hoping it will be, and along with that, we're going to open proper Tales of Lumin forums, which will have a sub-forum dedicated to the Guild Illuminati. So that's going to be great. But that's it for this episode, this channel update video. I will be replying to any questions you have in the comments. If you have anything to ask about anything I just spoke about, or perhaps it's something I missed. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I spoke about everything. I probably missed a few things that I should have been talking about, but, you know, ask away and I'll reply. I've been trying to reply to as many comments as I can recently, and when it comes to things like this channel update, I'd like to at least answer every single question you guys have, so feel free to leave them. Go ahead. If you have something that you'd like me to talk about in the next channel update, which would be the one in March, then you can also just suggest that. If there are any games that I didn't talk about that are coming out within the next couple of weeks that I should be talking about, go ahead and mention those. The lot of it. Most importantly though, happy February channel update, and happy waiting for those new playthroughs. BioShock Infinite's only coming out at the end of March, so the chances are I'll have the March channel update up, and I'll probably be talking about this again then, but whatever. Happy that.